Great. All right, we're recording. So hopefully you have been kind of reading the current updates. Hey, Noel.
Nope.
And you've been keeping up with what's going on in Stampin' Up world.
Nope.
Um, on stage or on tour is the basically the launch for the annual catalog. And so this next month, at the end of March, um, yes, at the end of March, we'll get the retiring list, which seems crazy for those of us who have been around a while, but the calendar kind of shifted this year, and this is our first year kind of living with the full new calendar. So in March, we'll get the retiring list. It should be. I'm going to look up the deadline because I've got a little bit of leader access to a. I'm not going to don't hold me to this if it's not like exact, but they've told us that in March we should get the retiring list around March 24th.
Well, what's retiring? You mean
So
product or?
yes, so
Oh, okay.
the annual catalog, the 2021 annual catalog, we'll get a list of things that are retiring from that catalog. So they'll tell us like here are all the things going away. Things we know that are going away are like the in colors from 2 years ago, right? Which is the terracotta tile, purple posy, seaside spray, rococo rose, and pretty peacock. So we know those are retiring, but then they'll also retire stamp sets, designer series paper, right? There'll be, a big list of things that they'll retire. And so then you guys, those are things that you would want to let people know. So, like, if you have any customers or friends, especially if anybody has bought those colors, you might want to let them know that they want to get a refill, an ink refill, because if they have that stamp pad and they don't have an ink refill, they're going to be very sad. Um, and then if they want to get any of the cardstock, and I would recommend that you start to tell people soonish. I mean, it's coming. It's not like we're not going to retire the colors. We're retiring the colors. So, I would say that's a good reason to reach out to people and say, hey, if you like these 5 colors, they're going away. So, because I still have customers come back to me now and they want refills of colors that we had 2, 3 years ago. And they're sad because they've got an ink spot or an ink pad and now they don't have a re-inker for it. So this is definitely a good customer service opportunity for you. It's not salesy. People are just sad when they don't have a refill available. Now, Purple Posy is not an ink that we have currently, so you can't get a refill of Purple Posy. But they can get Purple Posy paper. They can get the cardstock. So if that's a color they like, then they might want to get an extra pack of that.
Just if I can tack on for just a second, I just wanted to kind of show. So you'll be able to download like a PDF of all of the retiring products, and then they'll categorize them by like if it's a bundle or a die or paper and ink, and then you can kind of like mark out what's French and what you want to reuse and things like that. So just to kind of give you an idea of what to look like and how it's broken down. And then it'll tell you like what the clearance price is too, if that's helpful for you.
We get that on the website?
You will when they post
Okay.
it. And I'll make sure to put it over in our group as well. And then the timing of that will probably be, it will be after our meeting. So I might hold our March team newsletter and like put that link in there. And so like I might hold it for like a week and then send it and include that link in there. We also, there's normally a demonstrator who will take out all the French stuff. Someone is brave enough to tackle that spreadsheet and take out all the French sets, which will make your life way easier. So if I find the one without the French, I'll post it because that cuts like, it cuts the list in half, because we don't need all the French Canadian sets. So, but I kind of wanted to just preview that. So in March, because this is a good point, Terry had asked, is there going to be anything else that's coming in March? And so no, Butterfly Bouquet is the March, promotion. And so if butterflies aren't your thing, that's fine. Step aside because it's beautiful and they're gorgeous and I'm in love. I mean, seriously, y'all, like the fact that you can take this die and cut out 6 beautiful full color butterflies with one die, with one pass through the machine. This is like, I've been die cutting these. Like, I literally have been running these through, like, and I'm like, okay, how many more packs of this paper can I get? Okay, I can get 2 more packs. Okay, good. How many butterflies can I get out? It's gorgeous. The paper's really pretty. So that is a pre-release. The stamp set and the die set are in the new annual catalog, which will come out in April. Just making sure I have all my timing right for demonstrators, but May for customers. The stamp set and the die set are in the new catalog. This paper is not, which is really interesting. So the 6x6 paper is Butterfly Bijou, which is quite the name. This paper is not in the annual catalog. So this is a very exclusive thing that customers can get just in the month of March while supplies last. It is very pretty. So there are lots of pretty butterflies. I will show you all of the prettiness. Has anyone else gotten it? Who else got it? So there's some more. And then my favorite sheet. But the back of it's really cool too. So that
Hey,
paper,
hey, Melissa,
yeah,
does the paper or any of the paper match up to the dies? Oh, geez.
yeah. Like here's the die, here's
Mhm.
the paper.
Oh,
Yeah, it cuts out 6 of these butterflies. It's gorgeous.
yeah, that's pretty awesome. I love that about the flowering cactus set.
Yeah. And I think once you've played with the flowering cactus and you like see how many cacti you can get out of that, and you're like, I can just keep die cutting cactus. This is
Yep.
great, you know? Yeah, this is really cool. So you can get 6 butterflies out of this sheet, and there's 8 sheets. So that's, you know, whatever, do the math. And then what I did is I saved the remainders because the back has this really fun kind of like watercolory look. And then there's a bunch of other little dies. So I could go back and cut like this little tiny, I was trying to figure out how many of these little butterflies I could get out of the edges.
Nice.
You
know.
could even use that, the edges of the butterfly stuff as like a different layer.
Yeah. This is, I mean, it's really beautiful paper. If anybody
Crap.
likes butterflies, I know, sorry. If anybody likes butterflies, it's definitely beautiful. The paper is really nice. And then the wood grain paper, it's really big, but let me hold it up for you. So this is one of the cards I designed the other day. So I don't know if you saw it on the, but like, let me get my light situation worked out. But yeah, so this is just the die cut paper. Like I didn't stamp anything on here. And then Marianne stole my little light. But I've also used some of theirs like a texture. Can you see that texture right there?
Oh, yeah.
I use the texture as well.
What's the name of the paper, Melissa? Say it again.
Butterfly Bijou.
Bijou.
Yes, Bijou.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but that's what they decided to go with. And then the wood grain paper, it's called Natural Touch. And the reason it's called that, it's like a pine color, and it's got texture. So the wood grain paper has a texture to it. Now you can run it through the wood grain, you know, embossing folder, and you would get even more texture, but it's already got a texture, but it's thin. So it's not going to, you know, it's not hard to use.
Is the natural wood pieces you're talking about going to be in the
Yeah.
catalog?
Is it what?
Going to be in the catalog, the new catalog.
So not from what I can tell. So they've told us that the paper is exclusive. I'm kind of shocked that they did 2 paper packs that are exclusive that they're not going to like carry through.
Yeah.
And so I was a little bit surprised by that. But the way that you can purchase right now, because it's still on pre-order. So like if you're looking for something else for celebration and you want to, get something else this month, you can get just the stamp set, which is the butterflies, and it's one. So just to like, help you see, it is one stamp that is all together, right? Because then the die aligns, right? And so then, you're cutting one die, one stamp. So it's all easy to like run through the machine. So you can get a whole bunch of butterflies out at a time, which is nice. So you can get just the stamp set, you can get the stamp and the dies. You can get the bundle, of course. You can get the paper. And then you can get the natural touch, or you can just get like the collection, which is all the things, and it still includes the 10% off of the bundle. And right now on pre-order, you can only get 2 of the packs of paper. So you can only get 2 of the butterfly bijou and 2 of the natural touch specialty paper. The other thing to know about the paper is it's non-porous, which is kind of different than a lot of our other paper. So it has like a waxy coating on it. And so you might be able to see it has a little bit of a sheen to it. And so they said it's non-porous. So you wouldn't be able to add like a bunch of watercolor to it. Like I think it would just resist. This paper is non-porous. That one's porous, Kathleen. This one is non-porous. Yeah, so that one's porous, but this one's non-porous, the wood grain. So just to know, it's a little bit just different than some of our other wood grain. But I did see a really cool post that showed how you can color this and make this a bunch of other like wood grain colors. So you could add the alcohol blends to it, and you can make this like a dark wood, or right, because it's starting at a pine color, but you can add a lot of color to this with the blend markers. It seems to be taking the blend markers really well. So I kind of just wanted to help you understand like what their thinking was behind bringing a set from the annual catalog out early. So they're trying to show off the new annual catalog items early, get you some sales in March, but really getting you those sales in March by making the paper exclusive, so that you tell people, look, if you like butterflies and you like this paper, you don't want to miss out, So questions about butterfly brilliance?
No, but I am glad to know that it's the one big stamp. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Changes my mind a little bit after our conversation.
I know. I think the fact that it's easy to use, you can use it like a background stamp. So I've seen a lot of people using it like background stamps. Because it's like one and cut, there's no sentiments in it, right? So it's not like, it doesn't have a lot of sentiments. The other thing I'll tell you is the die set has a bunch of texture dies in it as well. So it has this crosshatch die, and then it also has like a brick die that cuts out little bricks. And then it has like a kind of a speckly dot die. So it's got some texture dies in it as well. So that's one sheet. And then the other sheet, and then that big die. And then it has all of the other butterflies, right? So you've got, all of these detailed die butterflies. Then you've got the piece that cuts out all the butterflies. And then you've also got the texture pieces and a couple of little baby butterflies too. So it's quite the set, like if you ever doubted that you're getting your value on this one, you're definitely getting your money's worth for sure. But if you're not into butterflies, it's okay. My feelings aren't hurt. You're just wrong. No, just kidding. You're not wrong. But I love butterflies. And I'm pretty picky. Like we've had some really ugly butterflies, these are actually really, really pretty. So, So any other questions about Butterfly Brilliance?
Melissa, I have a question. Being a new demonstrator, do I have to place an order for the catalogs or do they come automatically?
That's a great question. So that was going to be my other announcement, is that March is mailing selector month. So you will automatically get a catalog sent to you as a demonstrator. So it will come, and it comes as mailing selector, which means it comes on a slow boat. So the other way that you get a catalog is if you register for On Tour, which is the event that is being hosted online. And I'm going to actually show that page just to kind of give everybody an idea of what's going on with that. You'll get a catalog in the mail from them, special, and it'll also include a stamp set with your registration. So that's nice. So that's another way that you'll know you get a catalog. And then when you place a pre-order for annual catalog items in April, you will get a catalog in there as well if you place a pre-order. So it's possible that you could get like 3 catalogs just by like going to On Tour, being a demonstrator, and placing a pre-order in April, right? So, just wanted to tell you kind of the 3 ways that you could get that. But you
What
will
if I just want to order some to have to give to customers?
Yes. Then in March, we can do what's called mailing selector, and that's where Stampin' Up! Mails the catalog for you. So if you have friends who don't live close to you and you know you're not going to see them, you might want to choose to do mailing selector, because then Stampin' Up! Will handle the packaging and mailing of that catalog.
Yeah, I mailed one today and it cost $8.95.
Yep.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Choose
to my
have
sister in
Stampin' Up!
Virginia. Yep.
Yeah. Our annual catalog is really thick and heavy, and we don't know how thick and heavy this next one is going to be. So for the annual catalog, it is usually better to have Stampin' Up! Mail them.
Okay.
And so I would recommend that you add anyone who you want to mail a catalog to as a customer in your customer manager, and then you do mailing selector for them in March.
Okay.
I think it's better. Now, when April 1st comes and we can order from the new catalog, you can order physical catalogs to have on hand. And it's nice to get a pack of those and have them, especially for people in town, right? Local people.
Yeah.
But the mailing selector for those people that I mail to, I do mailing selector.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that information.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you look on your screen, you see number 278060. This is my best friend, Marilyn. I think she's a little shy, but she's my newest team member, and she joined as a crafter. And if she unvoices herself, unmutes, she can say hello. She's been through a lot lately, and she's very creative, and she's also a quilter. But anyway, I've known her since, I'm going to date myself here, but 1982. So she's one of my longest standing friends, and trust my life with her. So anyway, she's going to be crafting with us. And I think today she was working on Paper Pumpkin. She's
I haven't
voiced out.
I haven't gotten my paper pumpkin yet.
I sent her the bear one.
Nice.
When she
Oh, a
was,
bear one.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I haven't got the latest one.
Yeah, most of us.
Mimi, say hi.
Well, I'll say hi. My problem is I just don't know how to use Zoom.
Well, maybe Miss Terry can give you a little lesson. So
Yeah, you're lucky I even found the meeting.
We're so happy to
Well, there's
Thank
like
you.
a little camera that says video. Mimi, if you press that little camera that says video recording or recording, if you hit that, you'll open up your face.
Well, let's hit start video.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here.
Hey, there's
Hi,
My
Mimi.
fingers are in the way.
Yeah, her real name is Marilyn, but I call her Mimi. Yeah.
Hi,
Hi, Mimi.
Okay.
Hi, Mimi.
hi, lady.
Welcome. We're so happy to have you. So
Me
Thank
too.
you.
My paper pumpkin actually came today, which was amazing. I always get it last.
well,
Yeah, well, I got a notice that said that it was billed on the 12th, and then I got a notice it shipped on the 16th for some reason. And what's today, the 21st? I still don't have it.
22nd.
Yeah, they put out a
22nd.
massive alert about delivery in Texas being heavily
Yeah.
delayed because of the snowstorm. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I put
understand.
an order in at the beginning of February for Stampin' Up, and it's not supposed to come until this Friday. And that was on
Oh,
the 8th
wow.
of February that I placed it.
Yeah, I kind of just gave up on tracking it, and when it shows up, it shows up.
it's like a surprise, right? A double
Yeah,
surprise.
right. Because it's not important to the post office, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's always a mystery
The
here
post
too.
office told me it's low priority.
Well, I'm part of a blog hop, and we're all supposed to be posting alternative projects this week. And I was like, well, I don't have mine yet, so I'll let you know if I'm going to participate. So, well, good. So let me share my screen and let me just tell you guys a little bit about On Tour. So I'm going to share my screen. And move this. So if you go under events on the website, you can pick the first tab. It's On Tour. And On Tour is an online event. It's virtual this year and it was virtual last year. This year's will be a little different than last year's. So I wanted to kind of clarify what the expectations will be this year. You can still register through Wednesday. So Wednesday is the deadline to register. So if you want to register, you've got to register this week. And it is $35, so it's not enormously expensive. You will get a stamp set from the new annual catalog, and you will get a new there are a variety of dates and locations. And so I'm going to pull that up because the where you go depends on kind of where you live and what's available and what's open. So, but it's all online, so it doesn't really matter. So honestly, so we do have one in Austin, Texas, but again, it's online. And then there is one in St. Louis, right?
Yep.
And so I know there's some people from St. Louis who are going to that one, but again, it's online. But theirs is Thursday, April 8th. The one in Austin is Saturday, April 10th. So it's probably better. I mean, look at the one that's near you. You'll be able to meet some other demonstrators in your local area. So it's great. I mean, it's lovely that they're doing it by local area, but probably what matters more is the date and time, because this will not be recorded. So you will not be able to view anything later. You must be able to attend at the live time that you register. So I just wanted everyone to understand that. So it's probably more important that you find the date and time that works for you and your schedule, and less important that you care about the location. So just, FYI. If you put something in the chat, they probably have too many windows. Are they using the same platform for On Stage? No. So good question, Kathleen. So they are not using the same platform that they did for On Stage. They are using Zoom, and they will be doing a small Zoom for each of these locations. So thank you. So each location will have a Zoom at that date and time, and they have an agenda already ready. And so let's see, where's the agenda? Because I felt like it was very much here. Dateline vacation. Okay, hold on. Where is it? Can I register?
Nope, keep scrolling up.
Is it up?
Yeah.
Up. Oh, here it is. Good. Yay, thank you. So they'll have a welcome. They're going to do a virtual swap. So you can like make a swap card and you can share it in a group, and you'll have a little bit of networking. They're going to have a stamping presentation, a break, a business presentation, another networking session, stamping presentation and a concluding message. So like they're just gonna like work through this agenda. This is probably going to be a very similar agenda to how they'll run this event in person. These events were meant to be hyper local, small events that you could attend and get to know people in your local area when they're going to be held in person. And so this is how they will, this is probably similar to what the agenda would look like if they were going to do it in person, except we'll just be on a Zoom. Questions, comments, ideas?
Well, I'm not really at the point of it being my business yet, so I don't know that I would get much benefit from that.
So
I'm still trying, I'm just,
yeah, I think that that's a good question. So we've definitely got some hobby demos who are going to be attending this. I think one of the things is you get to see the new catalog products in action. They're really good about highlighting like features of those products, showing you things. You'll see stamping, you'll see presentations, you'll get inspired creatively too. The business portion is a very small portion, and it's probably going to be oriented more at like kits or something that is really easy. Like, I don't think it's going to be, this isn't really oriented towards like business, like leaders, like this isn't a leader summit or anything like that.
okay, good to know.
Yeah, so that's a good question, Carolyn. So, we've been told.
And you do get a free stamp set.
And you do get a stamp set, which is nice.
Free for $35.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
yes, I agree.
And a
But
catalog
you gotta
mailed
spend
to you
that with-
for $8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
a stamp
I really enjoy watching. I like to, learn how to stamp and the different tips. I get a lot off of YouTube, but I'm not at a point of running a business yet.
Yeah, and I think what's nice about the local ones, if the Austin one hasn't filled up, you'll get to know some of the demonstrators in the local area and some of the other like leaders in the local area, and I think that's nice. So Texas has quite a few big name demos. Like Erica Serwin just got her $1 million, and she's finished selling her $1 million. She's in San Antonio, and so I don't know. I think that it's going to be a fun event. I can't wait to see how it goes. Chad Williams is our DDM, and he'll be in charge of ours. So in Austin, so he'll be doing the Austin one. So and he's a great guy. He's come to our meeting before, and I think it'll be good. So. Any other questions about On Tour?
Do you think it's something that I could benefit from, honestly?
I do. I mean, I really
Okay.
do. I mean, I think for $35.
Yeah, that's very reasonable.
I mean, a stamp set, shipping, and a catalog,
Yeah.
that's about $35.
Right,
Maybe
right.
30,
Right.
Carolyn, when
Yes.
I went my first time, I really enjoyed it, and I was more of a hobbyist at that point. And so
Yeah,
found
that's
it very
kind of what I
beneficial.
am. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you
I
for
did.
that.
I found it very beneficial. I learned more things. I got to see the stamps in action. That was really important, to me,
Right.
especially before things come out.
Right.
And then I think it helped my direction and where I was going to go.
Right.
But as a hobbyist, I loved it. I loved the energy and being around it. So
Oh, well, that's good to know. Thank you for sharing that, because
You're
that's kind of where I'm at. I'm hobbying and I'm trying to build my supplies.
I hear you. That's what I did. I'm right there. I understand.
Thank you.
I think every single person on our team would love it. From brand new demonstrators, Terry's got several who've joined with her recently, to those of us who have been around a long time. I think it's a great opportunity. Kim, are you going to the one up by you?
I am. So Carolyn, I'm also a hobbyist. I kind of stumbled into a few customers, but I really like the stamping presentations. I like seeing the sneak peek of the annual catalog. Kind of helps me figure out what I want to choose to buy for myself.
Right.
And then I figured if I, wanted to do anything business-wise, at least I'm getting some tips to think about for the future.
That's good to know too. Yeah. I'm really I have a few customers, but I haven't put much energy into building customers yet, because I'm trying to learn how to make the cards, and I'm stocking up on my supplies, which is going to be what's going to keep me a demonstrator, just buying the supplies. So I haven't got anywhere near starting a business.
Yeah,
I'm
and
hope to eventually.
that's okay. The on-tour events are made for every demonstrator. So, this isn't a leadership event. This isn't, flying to Salt Lake City and doing
Yeah.
on stage,
Okay, good.
low threshold, meant to be accessible to everybody. So,
Thank you.
And I want to say that when you all introduce yourselves and you're telling, it, literally you're telling me and Marilyn that you started out as a crafter. I think there's a little bit of ease. I think sometimes, I love you, Marilyn. I think I've scared her a little bit, like, well, now, if you make this into a business, that might that might scare her. But
Right.
I mean,
Right.
if I don't share all the information, then I would be, it would be wrong,
Right.
and God bless Mary, she's a nurse, she's a retired nurse, and I'm telling on you, Marilyn, and
I like being retired.
yeah, she likes being retired.
and you've earned it and you should enjoy it. And and I think we have a lot of hobbyists on our team. I mean, honestly, I think that there's probably only 4 on our team who probably aren't, like probably 4 or 5 who are like doing classes. Like Patsy Palmer does classes and she's amazing and she's a great seller. And Sarah has a club and she's doing great. She's not here tonight, but she's got a really great club. And Jill does classes. And Terry is building a team and doing classes. And I mean, Barbara, you're selling a lot. Just not teaching yet, right? But you're retired too, so you're enjoying your retirement.
I'm not selling a lot. I'm selling a lot because I'm like her. I'm had nothing when I started. Nothing. Now I have a lot.
Well, so I will tell you a funny story. So someone posted on the leaders group last week and they said, I don't think this can be true. This has got to be a scam or something. Someone joined under me and then placed a $15,000 order as a demonstrator. They're like, it must be
Wow.
a scam. It must be. It must be. And other leaders posted and said, no, I've actually had that happen before where people have joined and then wanted so much stuff. And like one lady said that like she got an inheritance. And so she decided this was what she was going to blow it on, And I mean, like, and she didn't post the person's name, but like this new team member, she posted like the order. She's like, so they've already met their quarterly minimums, their annual minimums. She's like, I think they even got like a sales bonus or something. She's like, like in 2 days, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, what insanity is that, But there are a lot of very happy hobbyists, as Candy calls them, happy crafters, right? Happy hobbyists. It's nothing to be ashamed of, and it is a very happy place to be. Melissa's doing classes too, and she's doing really great. And so, I mean, but we've also got a lot of really happy hobbyists. So
I'm a happy hobbyist.
enjoy it. That's a happy place to be. So, and there are definitely days, I mean, the butterflies, y'all, honestly, I bought them for myself. Like I was like, I just want the butterflies for me, like self-purchase right there, I'm going to do bingo with them, but I found a business purpose for them. But honestly, I just bought them for me. So
I was very glad to be a hobbyist this past week when there was absolutely nothing to do except make cards. There was no TV, no internet. I was thrilled that I had this as a hobby. Thank you,
Good to-
Noelle.
It's good to have a hobby. I was going to say Noelle popped off. She was on here for a second, but Noelle and I have been friends
Oh,
like 1983, I think. So we're rivaling you and Mimi. So
Yeah.
I was like,
We got competition, Marilyn.
I was like -5 then or something, but so I wanted to talk a little bit about our like what we're going to do for the next month, like what next month's projects are. So this month we had our no stamp shoebox swap, which I understand went out in the mail, but in varying degrees of mail and snowvid, whatever. So
that's good, Snowvid.
yeah, so
That's good.
week, y'all. So for those of you, I made a folder, I made an album. If you will post your no shoebox, anyways, whatever, post a picture of your project in the album, please. I know that like Kathleen got mine, I got Patsy's. But I think that's about where we're at.
They're on their way. I mailed them. Yay, when all the snow was gone.
Yeah.
I just
So
got
they're on their
Kathleen.
way.
Oh, you got
Today.
Kathleen's? Okay, good.
Today.
Okay, and I haven't checked the mail today, so it's possible I got mine today too. So, but I wanted to let you know that was our February challenge, and I want you, even if you didn't participate in that, I want you to go and look at those projects, because I want you to see that you don't need stamp sets in order to mail people little projects to make. The whole point of the no stamping shoebox swap is to show people that they can make really pretty cards and they don't have to have a bunch of stuff. Like, you can send this and anybody can make this if they have, a little bit of glue, like that's all they need. And so when you show them how simple card making can be and how pretty it can be, and you can just slip this in an envelope to anybody and say, hey, I thought you might have fun making this card. Here's a picture of what it should look like. Or you send it and then you send them a text and say, here's a picture of what it looks like. This is, you don't have to do a Zoom class. You don't have to do a Facebook Live. You could literally just slip something in the mail to people. A lot of my seniors at the senior center are not coming to my live class. I'm sending them like cut pieces, and then they're making them based off of the picture, or they're making them however the heck they want, right? Like, it's paper. They can glue it on how they want. They can make their own decisions, So I just want to encourage you to think about, how can you share the creativity and the stamping with other people? And in this case, not even the stamping. So that was this month's project. Next month, I'm going to do a packet. So I'll do my $5 meeting packet. We're going to do coloring. So I will be doing some coloring tips and tricks with you guys. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll put up a post and I'll also put it in the email. So, and my goal is to get the team email out this week. I did it last month, and so I have faith that I can do it again this month. We'll see. This week is better. Last week would have been a no-go, but so all of you should get an email from me. I'll make sure my email list is updated each month because we get new people added, but I'll do coloring next month. And then we're going to do our creative challenge is to do with this month we did think outside the box, and so I will close that and I'll draw a winner for that, and I will send a present for that. And then the other challenge we had this month was getting a hostess event. I didn't see anybody post in that. And so if you have, like, this is kind of like they're both marked as announcements at the top of the group in Facebook. But if you had a hostess, if you had a hostess event, just let me know and I'll put you in the drawing for that. Next month, we're going to do a beginner, casual, and avid. So your goal would be to show me a project as a beginner, and then show me a casual crafter, and then show me an avid crafter, right? Because I see what these artisan design team people are putting out, and I'm like, I don't got time for that. And like, my ladies, like, that's crazy, right? Like, that's like once in a lifetime kind of projects, but I want to see kind of what does that look like? So what does a beginning card look like? What does a casual crafter kind of look like? And then what does that avid project look like, right? And so I will post up the definition of all three of those. I will put it in the email as well. Don't worry. So I will put lots of details. Yeah, Terry.
My understanding, if I'm incorrect, let me know. So we would like, let's say we're going to do a unicorn. So we would do a card with the stamped unicorn, and then the casual would be the unicorn with something else, and then the avid, the same unicorn, but we would use the same stamp or stamp set, correct? Okay. Not jumping all over that this is more advanced than this. Okay, but
Right.
using the same theme. Okay.
Yeah, and so generally, like the beginner is just like a stamped image or, something. And then the casual will have like either die cuts or punched pieces. And then the avid might add like an embossing folder or, something, a heat embossing or, something kind of over the top, that, you might want to include. But yeah, it's still using the same stamp set. And I'll find a really good example of like a beginner, a casual, and an avid to kind of like show that off and make sure that it's really clear and easy to understand. So good. All right. And then the other thing that I'd like you to make a list of 10 people that you want to send the new catalog to. So that will be your other challenge for next month. So I always run 2 challenges. And so I just want a list of 10 people that you want to either send or give a catalog to. So you can pick which one. You don't have to send them. If you want to hand them out, you can. That's fine.
Are they new people or regular customers we have right now?
Well, that's a good question, Patsy Palmer. What's a better challenge for you?
New people.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would encourage you if you're brand new, just making a list of, 10 people is good because you probably have never handed out any catalogs. But for those of us who've been around, I think a list of 10 new people would be really good. So, yeah, Crystal.
On the other challenge, beginner, casual, and avid, are you wanting one thing and showing the 3 different stages, or just pick one and show it? Like, I wasn't clear on that. And
Yeah.
Terry may have already asked that question, but I don't think I caught it all.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well, I'd like to see all 3. So like I'd like to
Okay.
see a beginner and a casual and an avid. Mhm.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sorry about that. I thought you had to repeat it.
No,
I didn't
no,
write it
it's
down.
good. Yeah, and if everybody participates once, that's awesome. Like I don't expect you to be cranking out a bazillion, of these, but I think it's just a good endeavor to try to go in and make like, what does a beginner card look like? What is a casual? Oh yeah, I totally allow participant screen sharing. How, where do I allow that at this point? Kathleen, have I locked this down? Let's see. Kathleen, help me.
Says share screen at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm allowing her to do it though.
Oh,
If you want, you can just go to participants and make me a co-host. That
That-
should allow.
I will be happy to make you a co-host, my dear. Shazam, go. She's got a good example to show you guys.
So just if you guys wanted a visual of a beginner, what was the next one?
Casual.
Casual, and then avid. Just showing different looks that you can do for people who are at different stages in their stamping and creating. So it doesn't have to be just like this, but this is just a visual example. So you guys can kind of start thinking about how you want to attack this challenge.
Very nice example. Good job. I would not have been able to locate him yesterday. So,
It was a screenshot I took from one of the things that they went live with back last year. And I grabbed because I liked the example. So
it's a nice one. That's a good one. It's real simple stamping on the first one, one layer kind of card. And you kind of see them going a couple extra layers on the next card. And then you see kind of like the wow, on that avid. So fancy folds, things like that,
totally.
for sure. Awesome. Good example.
Yeah, I think the last time we did this challenge, Melissa, I think we did like Facebook Lives or something to showcase each one. So I uploaded all of them to my YouTube, so I can link those if people want to see it. But I used one of the butterfly stamps. So
Yeah.
it was like a simple stamp first, and then I did punches, and then I kind of like added like extra layers and stuff. And then we had a 3D item as like the 4th item we did.
Nice. Yeah. I would love that. Will you send that to me and then I'll put it like in the newsletter?
Butterfly Gala. I
Yeah,
remember.
I can do that.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that's the one I used.
I know. It was beautiful.
Aw, look at that. Team love. Good job, guys.
And can it be for any current stamp set, anything in the spring catalog or in the annual catalog?
Yeah, anything current. Yep, for
Good.
sure.
Woohoo! Oh.
And I've got some fun challenges and things planned for us as we go through the spring. So I just want everybody to know that I've got a vision and I'm following my list and I'm so proud of myself. And so just wanted everybody to know, I know that I'm sorry we couldn't meet last week. And I know I'm just pleased that we got to meet at all today. Like everybody, it looks like Pat Witter got her water back, which is good. Like she was the last person that I was she's in far South Austin. And the water basically, I don't know, like went downhill. Like it started like everybody in the middle of Austin got their water. And then it seemed like those of us on the edges, you really had to wait quite some time. Barbara up north and us down south. It was quite the week. So good. Any other questions, concerns, comments? Paper Pumpkin. I wanted to just let you know that this next month's Paper Pumpkin is it has the special gift in it. So if you're ever, for me, the best part of the website is to go to Happening Now and go to promotions. That's always like my happy place. And you get a set of stencils and a sponge in the Paper Pumpkin for this next month. So that's the one where you've got to subscribe by March 10th. There is a stamp set in there's been a lot of questions about that, but there's some images that you can use when if you want to post on social media. And then remember that it has the main colors. It's really cute. It's like an outdoor themed set. And then you always have your personalized link here. So if you ever want to post on social media, you just take that link, you copy it and put that on your social media. And then that way, if they click on it and they subscribe, it automatically credits to you. And that goes towards your 300 quarterly. So like anytime you have a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, it counts. So make sure that you are getting credit for those. So that link is right there on the Here's to You Mountain Majesty Paper Pumpkin. The box is really pretty. I'm
So that's email or Facebook or any of those?
Yep. You can send that link out directly in an email. You can put it on Facebook. You can put it on Instagram. Kind of stinks because it's not clickable. And so like if you put it on your Instagram post, it won't work because they can't actually click on it. It's really annoying, but
Use the link tree for that.
Yeah. I thought about doing like a Linktree training. And so I know people are like, I think I think that I will probably like tape something and do something on that at some point. Cause I do, the Linktree is pretty cool. And it's really the only way that people can get to your links on anything. So I have like here's my Instagram, right? There's that stinking snow. And I tried to capture the prettiest picture I could. You'll notice I didn't put my tub full of toilet snow on Instagram, right? Like, it's like trying to find beauty in this madness. But this Linktree is cool because what it does is it has this list of things. And so I put Marion's Girl Scout cookies here, but I also have they can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. They can shop my online store. They could go to my YouTube channel. So it's a really nice way to be able to Instagram is really, it's made to share really pretty pictures. And so that's why they don't allow links in your images. And so, but this is a nice way to do that. So, yes, so there's a good mix this time of year. There's a good mix of Girl Scout cookie, Girl Scout selling, and then a little bit of cards and apparently snow. So, but yes. So any other questions about kind of what we've got on the month ahead and how things are going? We've got less than a week left of celebration, so make of it what you can. I know for me, it has definitely been a quieter celebration. Jill and I were kind of bemoaning that fact. And then I had to remind her that we have 2 celebrations in 2021. And so if this celebration wasn't everything you wanted it to be, we have another one in the summer. So that celebration will focus on items that we can source from overseas. So most likely it will have ribbon and embellishments and all the little pretty things that, you know, all of us love and our customers love too. And so, you know, again, if this wasn't the magical celebration for you, it was shorter. It was 2 months, you know, it wasn't 3. I think customers they're going to be sad in March when they can't get their celebration items like they're used to getting. And so hopefully we can capitalize on that and we can make our summer celebration even more popular. Yeah, so thoughts, comments, questions, concerns?
Kim posted something last week. I think it was Kim on Instagram, but I don't have an Instagram account. I wondered, but I don't remember what it was she posted in the middle of everything.
You do have an Instagram account.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. I think I've tagged you before.
Yeah,
I
you
do?
Yes.
I guess I never use it.
You do. So Patsy Palmer lost her phone last month. And so, lost. It fell off the top of the car and went kablooey and kabye-bye.
Flying on 190.
Yeah, it is gone. So anyways, she's trying to reconstruct her virtual life. And it has been tough. But you do have Instagram and I'll help you with that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm happy to be on Zoom.
Hey, it's been a month. I know. So I'm just happy we're all here for sure. Yeah, I'll help you find that too. So we'll go back and see. So
Hey,
Yeah,
Melissa, I was looking at the inventory status report and I was just wondering what the difference is between back ordered and not orderable. When does something go to not orderable if it's in the J2J catalog? For example, the blending brushes or the oval punches, 2 things that my customers wanted to purchase, but I cannot purchase for them or they cannot purchase at this moment.
yeah, so not orderable is sad. So what happens is they move something to back order when they know that they're going to get it and they know they're going to get enough of it in to satisfy the orders. It moves to not orderable when they're concerned that they're not going to get enough of them in time or they don't have a timeline for their arrival. So
Okay.
sometimes that could be like, we have to get this from China and because of like Chinese New Year and everything else, right? Like we're not sure when we're going to get it. So not orderable is a sad space. They also sometimes will make that call when the number of back orders is going to cost us more money. Like, so back orders are really expensive for Stampin' Up! Because they have to pay the extra shipping on that item, right? So whenever it comes in, they're going to have to ship it. So they'll move something from back order to not orderable when they see like a tipping point then on the numbers where like, okay, now this is going to cost us too much. We've got way too many of these. And we need to move it to not orderable. Not orderable, they try to make that the absolute last option in terms of that. But yeah.
But it doesn't mean retired.
It does not necessarily mean retired.
Okay.
But there's definitely been some discussion about the oval punch.
Yeah.
And that is, I mean, but I think it's because they're not going to get them until April 19th. And so it is so far out that basically they can't continue to take orders, right, on this punch, right? And like, they can't take 2 months worth of punch orders, right, before they get them in stock. And so I think that punch just ended up being way more popular than they thought. And I don't think they ordered enough to begin with. So, and that's definitely sourced overseas.
Okay. That's a bummer. I had a customer who I was showing swaps off to, and they saw Terry's little bunny swap and the oval punch, and they were like, I want it. I want to make some Easter cards. And if it's not going to get here until the week of April 19th, you've missed that window of Easter cards. So you can be really on top of Easter 2022. However, my customer was not interested in that. So just bummed. I don't do a good enough job looking at the inventory report. So for any of you guys who are trying to place these last minute orders and get some celebration credit, take a peek at that. And if there's something on your client or your customer's wish list that's on there, prepare those conversations right now that says you're going to have to wait a little bit longer until that one comes back.
Yeah, and I don't do a good job looking at it either. And so just so everybody knows, on share my screen. So the inventory status report, you can actually pull it up. Let's see, hold on, trying to. So it's on, if you go to ordering, and then it's, you know, on the left are all the types of orders, but on the right is the inventory status report. And so I actually had a customer who wanted something that was on the list. And I, you know, had to message her back and say, hey, I'm so sorry. You know, you want this. I show that it's going to be back in here. Do you want to wait? And she did want to wait. And I was lucky enough that I went in and checked again, and a bunch of them had come in. And I was able to order her some in the window where it was back ordered, but not unorderable. And it was those stinking pastel pearls. And so there was a very small, like maybe 3-4 day window where they were back orderable. And so I was able to get her some. So she won't get them until March, but we were at least able to include them on her order, and she was able to get them as part of her celebration order. But that's the stinky part. And so, yeah, these blending brushes, I mean, that's a shame, because that's going to be, you know, way far in. Now, I mean, you know, odds are that's probably carrying over. Like, that's a pretty good tool. It's been really popular, right? I don't think that's going to go anywhere. You know, the strawberries and the oval punches, I don't know, you know, that's just coming in so late. But there's definitely been complaints about the oval punch in the leaders group, just so you know. People have definitely been noisy and unsatisfied.
What's the complaint?
They want them faster.
Oh.
No complaint about the punch itself, more complaints about April 19th. So it's possible that they could try to like rush that order, right? Like they could try to, you know, make a deal and get it here faster. So I would say watch it this week, you know, pop into the, you know, inventory status report and see if it changes before celebration closes. Because that was definitely, they were like, my customers want this as part of celebration, but, you know, they can't get it. And so, yeah. So, and then I like to watch the low inventory items, just because, you know, if there's something in here that you're like, well, that was on my to-do list and I really wanted it, you know, maybe it's worth, you know, getting it before it goes, you know, away. You know, the resin heart embellishments, for instance, like, you know, some of these things are, you know, standard things that we've got. And then some of our, you know, stamp pads and markers and stuff. The refills are on low inventory because the manufacturer is making COVID supplies. And so that's why the refills are on the list. But you'll notice that a couple of these stamp pads are already on, these are those retiring colors, and they're on low inventory. So, you know, definitely watch, especially for the retiring colors, because I have a feeling those are going to go really fast. So, but good question. Thank you, Kathleen. Other questions, comments? Retiring list gets wild, y'all. Things get crazy. So that'll make March fun for sure. So,
Is the retiring list just for the J2J catalog or the annual catalog or both?
So this retiring list will be the annual catalog. Then the retiring list for the J2J, I like the J2J, it's nice. The J2J will be, it won't come out until May? Yeah, I know. I'm thinking, I'm like, May? Yeah, it should be May. It might be the end of April, you know.
What's J2J?
January to June.
Oh.
The mini
Yeah.
is what I used to
The
call
celebration. Yeah, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. J2J.
Yes. Well, they changed the name. It used to be the Occasions, Spring Occasions catalog.
Okay.
Now it's January to June. So, good. other questions, comments? So a couple of celebrations. So I don't know that they're all finalized. I think Anne, yours is coming, right? You promoted, right, to Bronze Elite. So yay.
Yay. Thank you.
Yay. And then Melissa promoted as
Yay.
well to Bronze Elite, and that was a little while back, but yay, we're excited for
Yay.
So I'm working on getting Noelle and Melissa and Anne their customized stamp. So just as a reminder, when you qualify, that means that you've sold or bought $900 worth of stuff. You get your own personalized bone folder with our team name on it. And I've got an inventory ready to send out. So I'm ready to send these out to whoever qualifies. I've been ordering them in bulk lately. I'm like, I have a lady that does it. I'm like, okay, I need a whole bunch more. And then if you go from, then qualified is 900. And then if you get to Bronze Elite, that means that you've sold or purchased 1,800. And then I make a personalized stamp for you that you can stamp on the back of your cards or whatever. And then I have for silver, I have an award as well, and then a prize and a present, and then for Silver Elite as well. So, and I know we've got a few people on our team who are working on Silver Elite. So just, keep
Melissa, is that in 1 year or what? What's the time frame on that?
Yeah,
1
so
year?
it is in a year.
Okay.
So, if you ever want help looking at your reports, I'm happy to help because Carolyn, I don't think that Noelle probably watches her reports. And so I'm always happy to, I can always hop on a Zoom and we can take a look at your reports and I can kind of.
Yeah, I'm not really doing too much right now.
Yeah, but when
I'm
you,
waiting till next quarter because I'm way over the 300. So I'm waiting to spend money next quarter.
yes, which is the annual catalog, which will be great. It'll be good
Yeah.
time. So, good. Oh yeah, Patsy's got hers. Oh yeah, bring it closer. Your little personalized stamp, handmade by Patsy Palmer. So cute. I love it. We are working on the hot water heater currently. So Jonathan is like, he's like, how much longer? I know we all want hot water. So Miriam was like, I don't get to take a shower tonight. I'm like, look, enjoy that Holiday Inn shower because that might be the one you get for the week. So some wild times. Jill, I'll just drop her off at your house. You can scrub her down. So Jill's like, all right. You've got boys. You don't have the privilege and pleasure of all the girly stuff going on. So
I'm still trying to get mine to take a shower and he's a boy. So we'll
yeah.
just go with that.
Yeah, this is like, it's like, she's like, what? I can't take a shower every night. So she was spraying perfume. I don't know what was happening earlier, but I was in a meeting for like the day job and it like, and this is like good perfume. This is not like, this is Anais. I mean, this is like the perfume that I wore as a child. It's very like rose. Anyway, she went crazy up here. And I was like, oh, take it easy. Like, what's going on in there? She's so funny, y'all. But okay, what I would love is if I'm not going to, so I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna draw some door prizes later. I've got, my bucket is somewhere. It's somewhere, but I can't even tell you where it is right now. So I will draw, I've got door prizes and the door prizes I have, I've got a really cute hand stamped bag and I've got embellishments. So I've got gold enamel glitter dots and I've got the other flat enamel dots, playing with patterns. So I'm going to send those out for the people who participated. I'll draw a name for the people who participated in the Think Outside the Box, which was super fun. And I loved all the Think Outside the Box, Denise and Terry and Crystal and you guys. I saw lots and lots of posts and that was awesome. So I'll draw a winner for that. I don't think I saw any of the hostess events, but I'll give it a day and then I'll draw a winner if there's any participation in that. And then I'll also for tonight, for those that participated in the No Stamping Shoebox Swap No stamping shoebox swap. Yep. Then I'll draw some door prizes for that as well. So I'll post up some winners later when I can actually see my office and my desk and everything else. Because at this point, it's just it's too much. There's a lot going on. So I'm happy we got to meet tonight generally. So any questions, comments, concerns?
I learned a lot tonight. Thank you from everybody.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah,
And
thanks, Melissa. I got to drop off. So thank you for this. Appreciate it. Good to see everyone.
happy to see you, and we'll do coloring next month. So let me know if you want to pack it. I'll post up the post, and we'll do a fun coloring class next month. I'm excited. So we're going to use that black and white paper. So
Oh, okay. Well, are we ink or are we using colored pencils or are we using blending?
I'm going to show you a little bit of everything. So
Okay.
I'm going to show a whole wide variety. You want to say hi? Miriam wants to come say hi. Yay. Hello.
Your cookie? Oh no.
No, my cookie is preserved. Marion delivered a peanut butter patty for me. So
One of my cookies.
oh, one of her personally purchased cookies. So
I just want to interject here. Mimi, she's got a goal of 2,000 boxes of Girl Scout cookies. And last year, what was your goal? And you met it? 1,500? Yeah.
100.
That's
This is
awesome.
what- Yeah.
Yep. If she sells what's in the garage
And in the car.
and in the car,
254.
she'll be at 2,054 boxes. So yay.
Get your work cut out for you.
Yeah, we've
Well, we
got
already sold over 200 this weekend.
yeah, she did good.
So if we sold 200 the next one, then it'd be good.
She's doing good. We need to get a few more Thin Mints and Caramel Delights though. Our mix is a little off right now. So we ran out of
We
Thin
have like
Thin
2
Mints.
cases of caramel delights left.
I know we ran out of Thin Mints at Randall's today. We were selling at Randall's and
Last couple of people, they're like, "Do you have Thin Mints?" And one of the guys who left just left.
he was like, no, and he just walked away. We were like, oh, okay. So people get particular about their cookies. So, but yay. All right. Well, thank y'all so much. I hope that this was helpful in terms of giving you kind of an update on where things are with Stampin' Up! World. And I can't wait to see your creativity with the beginner, casual, and avid. And let's make a list of some people to share some catalogs with. And then yeah, let's and then we'll start prepping for our some fun coloring this next month. So yay. All right. Bye guys. Good night.
Hi, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Night.
Stay warm.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, 72 here, Kim. It's
Oh.
hotter than
Supposed to
blazing.
be 78. Going to be 78 in Keller, Texas tomorrow.
Oh, geez.
We
Okay.
went from 4 degrees last week to 72.
Right?
And
Right.
yet climate change is not a
78
thing.
tomorrow.
Right, exactly. Exactly. I'm
But
telling
we're not going to complain about it.
no, I mean, we were
Yes.
sweating yesterday working at,
Oh, jeez.
and Mary
I'm like, can I put on more layers?
it was so hot. And she was like, I'm so hot. I'm like, be quiet. Like, it is not snowing and 4 degrees. Like, like we'll be fine. We'll survive in the sun. She got a sunburn on her shoulder actually yesterday. Yeah.
Oh my God.
From freezer burn to sunburn.
Yeah. Oh, geez. All the burn.
What a week. What a week.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Good night.
All right, good night. Good night.
Night.
Good night.